Okay, so this is the Foundation Level Maths 2018 paper, and we're on to question 4. So if you want, during the video, I'm going to go through the whole question. Pause it at any time to have a go of it, and then press play to see if you did it right, okay? So you can pause it after each question, have a go at the question, and then press play again. So we have A, part 1. So Fiacre invests €10,000 for 3 years at 3.25% per annum of compound interest. So what you want to know is how much does this investment amount to at the end of the 3 years. Okay, I'm just going to check that this is still in focus. Moved on. No, I feel I've gone out of focus. Let's focus that up. Okay, there we go. Alright, so how much does he get at the end of the 3 years? Well, in your maths paper, in your maths tables, you look up the formula for compound interest. Okay, so you want compound interest. And you'll find out that the formula is F equals P by 1 plus I to the power of T. And it tells you that I is the percentage as a decimal. So for example, 8% will be written as 0.08. Okay, that's the example they give you in the papers. So what we want is we want a value for P, a value for I, and a value for T. Okay, well P, that's the principal. That means how much money did you put into the bank in the first place? His principal is 10,000. So that's your P, is 10,000. Okay, the I is the interest earned. Okay, that's the interest earned is 3.25%, but you want it as a decimal. So to get it as a decimal, divide that by 100 and you'll get 0.0325. Okay? Then T is how much time was it invested for. It was invested for 3 years. So now you're simply going to put those in and wherever those letters are. So F is equal to, instead of P you have 10,000. Instead of I, you have 0.0325, and instead of T, you have 3. Now, you should be able to put that as it is straight into your calculator and get the answer. Just type it in exactly as you see it. But for this, the purpose of this, I'm going to break it down a bit. So F equals 10,000. 1 plus 0.0325 is 1.0325 to the power of 3. So 1.0325 to the power of 3 gives you F equals, we haven't done anything with the 10,000 now, but instead of that, and we'll keep it in a bracket because we're going to multiply it by the 10,000, you have 1.00703.078. Now keep it all in that big huge long number until the end, unless you've done it straight into the calculator like that, then you'll get your answer. Now the next thing to do is multiply those together. So 10,000 multiplied by 1.100703078 gives you 11,007 euros, 11,007,030,781. Alright, so that's pretty much your answer, but they want it to the nearest cent. Okay. So to get it to the nearest cent, you look at the first two numbers after the decimal point, so 0, 3. Okay, so that's where you want to stop. Now look at the number after the line. If it's a 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, it adds 1 to the number before. If it's 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, then it leaves the number alone. That's a 0. So your answer to the nearest cent is going to be 11,007 euros and 3 cents. Okay, and that's your answer for that part. Okay, so part 2. Quiva now. She invests 10,000 for 3 years. Now at the end of the 3 years, she gets a one-off payment of 10% of the amount she invests. So what you want to know is who gets more, first of all. So who gets more? And what is the difference between their amounts, okay? That means you take one away from the other. What's the difference? All right, well, let's find out who gets more first. So she's just getting 10% of 10,000. So get 10% of 10,000. Now, in your calculators, you can put in 10,000 and multiply it by 10%, okay? Multiply it by 10%. That's how you do it in the calculator. Okay, and that will give you your answer straight off. Otherwise, getting 10% of that is 10,000 divided by 100 first, and then multiplied by 10. Okay, and when you do 10,000 divided by 100, you get 100. Okay, that gives you 100. And when you multiply that by 10, you get 1,000. So she gets 1,000 added on. So at the end, she'll have 10,000 plus her 1,000. So she will have 11,000 on the nose. So who gets more? Well, she gets 11,000. He gets 11,007 euros and 3 cents. So the person who gets more is Fiacre. What's the difference between them? Well, you might be able to see if she gets 11,000 and he gets 11,007 euros and 3 cents, that the difference is 7 euros and 3 cents. But to find out, what you do is 11,707 euros and 3 cents. Take away her 11,000 and you're left with 7 euros and 3 cents. Okay, and that's your answer to that part. Now, on to part B over here. So now we have Amanda is exchanging 150 sterling into euros. The euros, the exchange rate is €1 equals 9.916 sterling. Now, when the amount that you have is the same as the exchange rate, okay, that means you're going to divide. If it was the other way, if it was £1 equals 0.916 euro, okay, if that and that, what the one was equal to, are the same, then you'd multiply by that number. But in this case, what the one is equal to is the same as the amount you're getting. Okay, so you're going to divide that by that. So 150 divided by the exchange rate, which is 0.916. And when you divide 150 by 0.916, you get 163.75545 85153. Again, it says that they want you to give it to the nearest cent. So to get it to the nearest cent, you want two numbers after the decimal point. Look at the number after the line. If it's a 5 or bigger, which it is, it adds 1 to the number before the line. So in this case, your answer is going to be €163.76. Okay, and that's how you get it correct to the nearest euro.